whole different breed. One of the masters of the character as well. And
oh, that's pretty good. It's like he saw himself looking at himself back.
Oh, meanwhile, very different character from Lucina, but still Long Island player, one of the finest, and also has that same type of ferocity behind him. I'm curious if Chris is going to be able to pull up that mantle, take it against Tilde, who is a player who consistently has his number.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it ends up playing out. This is, in my mind, a pretty good matchup for Ness. It can go either way, you know, if Falco actually gets his big follow-ups here, but if Chris is just double jumping at the ledge like that, I mean, you're going to be punished every single day of the week. Looks for the 2-frame on the down smash to punish the second PK Thunder, but you know what? We all miss it down. We all miss it 2 frames. It happened to the best of us.
You know, if Tilde is going to want to try to interrupt those recoveries, he's going to have to get a little bold with it, and now he's done that in the past. But also, I feel like Chris has a very strong awareness of his ledge mix-ups. He'll be willing to stall, willing to go immediately. Tilde is going to force every option out of him, so Chris just needs to be on point with his execution.
Oh yeah, Tilde is looking to condition like a bunch of low recoveries, but my question is, what does this punish for them aside from like those down tilt and those down smash 2 frames? I want to see him like sort of drop off of the back hill. I want to see him go out there for a shine as well. Really, really powerful tool to punish Ness off stage.
We're potentially in it for the long haul with this one, given how many Game 4s and Game 5s we've seen.
Yep.
And I feel like neither of these players are too comfortable with the fact that they are in loser semis.
Nobody is, right? At the end of the day.
No, when you consider the bloodbath of a bracket that led to this point, and now you have Jackal waiting for you, like, you got to up the ante and just keep it going.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, keeps on forcing these low recoveries, goes through the down air, and it does end up missing it. So here's the thing. Ness's PK Thunder, when it does first come out, aside from like the trampling, PK Thunder tail hitbox, you don't want to punish it right at the beginning. You want to punish it halfway into it.
The timing is going to be pivotal, but also because of that timing, Tilde is going to have to figure out when he wants to pull the trigger on the big damage. We're already seeing the combos build up, or when he wants to commit to those heavy edge guards.
Okay, looking for that down air. That could have been huge, but instead this is PKChris' advantage. Sets up the tech chase, but doesn't fully follow up on it. Catching the whiff punish on the forward air with the up tilt. But again, they're both getting their combo starters, but nobody able to like be in a good position to continue.
I was just about to say the same thing. The fact that we're seeing a lot of hits, but not a lot of combos, and hey, there's the shine. You got your one.
You condition the deep low recovery, you get a little bit comfy with it, and then that's just a dead Ness every single day of the week. Uh-oh, no double jump off stage. It could be over. And I feel like Tilde had time for the jab, but it doesn't matter. He's still getting all these hits, and he's getting in so much damage. He's
going for a lot of situations where he's just looking to win out in neutral. No big breaks out of it. Just keep getting your hits. The win will come to you eventually. It's a very slow road to the top. But it is a way to win. And I think that's also why we're seeing a lot of reliance on the down tilt and down smash attempts to catch these edge guards as well. It's not risky, but you know you can get something out of it.
Okay, goes through the uppy directly into the yo-yo because, of course, you have a really big hitbox that can clank with it and even shark Ness from under the stage. That time around, PKChris able to get the kill there, but this is quite the deficit to make up.
It's been a haphazard game 1, though, so even with the 81% built up onto PKChris, I feel like there's still plenty of opportunity for that damage to find its way right back onto Tilde, especially if Chris keeps on pressing.
Yeah, he's just been reading a lot of Tilde's options here, from the side B to the tech chase. Ness has all but evened it up at this point, looks for the late punish, has the late punish, but a little bit too slow.
Where was the... I feel like he could have pressed anything there. Tilde's got like 3 combo starters out of a situation like that where he scares his opponent into an air dodge, or even just simply a back air.
Okay, what's going to be the option here? Right now, Chris is just dashing and shielding in anticipation of any potential side Bs. Just sort of threatening with a lot of back airs, making the airspace full of all of these different hitboxes, and respecting that PK flash. Really important.
No. You can't be trying to get frisky at the ledge and then miss those techs.
Yeah. You gotta just be present for that. There's no other way to say it at that point. That was just really good. You know, you can punish this in so many different ways if you're Tilde, actually, right? Let's just roll this situation back. Think of all of the different things that Tilde could have done. Well, first and foremost, he could have shined. At this point, though, you wouldn't have actually reflected any projectile. You could just go for the time that Ness does not actually have his next PK Thunder out. He's not immediately actionable. So that's a really good window. Tilde took full advantage of it. He wanted to get the spike. He didn't get the spike, but it still killed anyways.
Yeah. No, he got there in the end. And even though, again, I think this is that low-risk, medium reward that While it is different from what we typically see
no.
with that system, unfortunately, he should be coming back, but it puts us right back to square one.
I'm surprised that Tilde didn't commit off stage for that.
No, he's not looking to risk it right now. He's taking these little reads, he's making he's noticing all of these little habits that's coming out of Chris, seeing that he's playing kind of scared. Now, he doesn't need to pay off on those in a big way right now. Get the little hits, keep the percentage, maybe get a stock or two.
Oh my gosh, but that's what happens when you go out there. But you do end up cutting the distance in half, right, at that point onward. So Chris not going to be able to make it back on, at least was able to trade out that stock. Huge PK fire, but Falco always has the ability to shine out of it.
I'm just curious to see what Tilde's going to do with all of the knowledge that he had. Why did you jump into it? Come on, man. I'm trying to give you credit. He was trying to avoid it just in case that he, like, fell into it. But you know what? It happens. He didn't die. He's still back in it. You know, I'm noticing, even though Tilde typically makes very good decisions with Falco's jump, taking advantage of how good of a jump it is, normally we see it as a big aspect of his Joker game or of his combos. Here, I feel like Chris has actually been catching that in the air very well.
Ooh, okay, that's a track down, but then ends up grabbing the wrong direction. That's the ground pound bounce, not able to actually get it though. The F tilt just to force Chris off stage, and then I don't know what Tilde was going for. He tried to drop down, double jump something, but when PK Thunder is that close to the stage, that's when Ness actually has his iframes. You need to only punish the PK Thunder 2 when Ness is recovering from really deep. My guess is he was maybe trying to go for like a ledge jump back air, which would have definitely sealed the deal, but that's such a bold call all of a sudden. Yeah. But you know what? Tilde's still evening it up, still keeping it as close as he can. It's a funny thing. We saw a lot of that in Game 1 as well, where it's very haphazard. We saw some good things, bad things out of the players, really weird habits that no one was really looking to punish. And yeah, it was still a dead even game down to the end. Ooh, such a good advantage. Who tries to go for the grab, doesn't actually find it, and Chris does miss the punish. No double jump, does land back down thanks to the drag down, and Tilde has been blending Chris this whole time. Yeah, this is the more tried and true Tilde that we're looking to see. Okay, able to make it back down here. Looks for the back air call out though, doesn't find it. Chris does make it back on, but at what cost? He's eaten so much damage. Is this it? Not quite. Wow, fades back just far enough that he could shield in time. Yeah, and that was a very risky Lancet platform as well, given that Tilde was in position to either keep it going or just go for the kill with back air, and that's exactly what we see given Game 2. This is, from what I've been seeing so far, especially in the set against G Extreme, even though like Chris did a fantastic job of that set, in a lot of really dangerous positions, Chris likes to do the funny Ness thing. And by the funny Ness thing, we mean the drop down double jump cancel magnet from the ledge. Well, in this case, just a double jump cancel magnet from the ledge. It's a really good option because if you connect it, you get like a magnet into neutral air, into drag downs, everything that you could want. If you whiff it, this happens to you. Now, it's a risky thing, and at that position, it just felt so risky. I don't know why Chris did it. I think on top of that, Chris is very prone to using attacks from the ledge as options to mix up his recoveries. We don't see a lot of rolling, sometimes with good purpose, especially against a player like Tilde. You don't see a lot of neutral get up, not even get up attack itself, but it's always a jump and some sort of option. You can't be doing that against Falco, and you especially can't do that almost every time, especially while Tilde is showing that he's very reserved. You have to check how far away Falco is from you. Chris was a little bit too far back. There is no chance that Tilde was getting hit by it, but now we're in this new fresh game here. Tilde able to actually punish Chris, his next option out of shield, and now Chris needs a way to make it back onto the stage, which is no easy feat at all. No, but he is doing his damnedest to box out of the corner, and admittedly is building up a lot of damage because of it, and possibly even netting a first stock out of it? Hold on now. Ooh, but ends up down smashing the wrong direction. A little bit unfortunate. At that point, either you just go for the up smash or you just try to do turn around down smash. We all miss out on our executions at some point. Happens. But this is exactly what Tilde wants to see, because if Chris is starting to crack under the pressure, he has that little bit of wiggle room to, all right, shake it off. I get to do my thing. Tilde is the last player that you want to give a second lease on life for, especially while he's up 2-0. He did the thing. There it is, the wall jump into the neutral air to make this his own position. Okay, Chris goes through the double PK Thunder, makes it back on nice and safe. Wow, he is just surviving so well here, and the dash attack finally does it. I mean, it's messy, but it works. I love that unfortunately, move. I feel like that's a lot of what we've been seeing from Chris in this set.
I'm trying to see the grounded aerial options. I'm also trying to see him just stick more to the ground. Honestly, it's just grounded in general so that he can continue to build up the damage safely so that he doesn't have to trade with Tilde for that damage. And so that Tilde doesn't have an opportunity to just blow him out of the sky and then set up the ledge situation.
Absolutely.
That are working so well for him.
But right now, Tilde's just been playing like really, really back. He's not able to get a lot of these closing hits. He needs a down tilt. He needs a down smash. He needs a back hill. He needs an out of shield punish. Chris, again, getting so aggressive with those double jump cancel magnets from the ledge. And look at what happens to you. You eat more and more damage. And Tilde still can't close. Oh, no.
It's rather unfortunate, but up the row manages to connect at 190. Hey, listen.
It does the job.
Yeah, it gets it done. The girls are a little messy this set, but they're still keeping it even. Against everything else, it's still staying even, and that was a pretty cute little adaptation we saw from how shining the PK Fire away, didn't want to deal with it. Now we can just side magnet that away. Just completely wipe the board of it. Begun.
Okay, dashing back and forth. This is such a good position for Chris here. He tried to bait by going to the platform just in case back throw is going to be able to do it. I don't know if Tilde necessarily had the best DI, but sometimes Ness is just able to do those things. Chris has no double jump. You need to get Chris off stage. I don't think he landed. Did he land?
I don't think so, but he had an air dodge. He got himself in, and once again, double jump from the ledge, aerial. He just keeps on doing it. Tilde's getting little punishes here and there, but I feel like he's not really getting a chance to play. But we finally see a grounded combo from Chris for the first time in 3 games.
Yeah, he was able to spot dodge after hitting Tilde's shield safely. He was punishing the shield grab successfully. And now, trying to catch that landing, Tilde able to bust out that shield in time. Not a good trade for Tilde at all, but scouts out that option, catches Chris being a little bit too patient. Chris thought, hey, what do you want to do? You want to punish me immediately out of shield? Tilde said, nope, I'm more patient than you, buddy. I have my punish. I know the situation.
Just the discipline in Tilde's play, even while looking a little messy, he's still very observant. He still sees those opportunities where he gets to just go in, and Chris is giving him those opportunities with open arms, but an errant get up into the yo-yo. I feel like the yo-yo wouldn't have caught in any normal situation, but he just stood up in it.
Yep, I mean, it's a timing mix-up at that point, right? Because, you know, you're not really reacting to anything. You just have to hold on to the ledge as long as possible. Chris loves doing that in the middle of a set, just reminding you, hey, this is still an option, okay? You got to make sure that this is, like, within your mental stack. And it wasn't in this case for Tilde.
Nah, I mean, listen, out of all the chaos that we've seen across these first 3 games, I think this is the first just true vibe check. Just like something that makes no sense, but, hey, are you awake? You paying attention? You are now.
Oh, I gotta just talk about this one more time. This entire situation was literally just because Chris going, hey, I'm gonna shield and wait for you to, you know, press like a really ambitious, like, forward out of shield or something. Tilde just played so much more patient in that position. Going into game number 4 now, Chris was really holding his advantage so well that time. Let's see if he's able to keep that up.
The forward smash, the young forward smash miss input, we love it. But one thing I'm noticing, I just realized out of game 3, I think it's the first time that we actually saw a throw out of Chris. While Tilde has been no stranger to them for setting up for some damage, like Ness not grabbing is kind of weird, is it not?
It's kind of hard to get that close. I get it. I kind of get it. It's a little bit difficult to get that close when you want to press like a lot of aerials. You have to just get close enough to Falco to do it. And that has been a challenge for Chris consistently thus far. Oh my God. He thought that he was safe to press neutral out of there to get out of tumble. He was not safe.
Oh, not the mistake. All right. He's 0 for 2 on those.
Yeah, wasn't able to find any of those. Again, Tilde just punishing that so well, punishing it after the first like 31 and 32 iframes have dissipated, and was able to get that stage tech. Chris has to be ready to tech those.
It really is as simple as, I feel like it's the little things that he's just missing out on. And a lot of these hitboxes he's just tossing out to occupy space that get followed up by a shield is incredibly repetitive. And Tilde's getting to that point now where he sees that habit and he just tries to break it right over Chris's head.
Oh, yeah. Okay, tries to go for the punish on the double jump cancel PK Fire on the platform. Wasn't able to get it. Big drag down, but Chris held out. Either just DI'd out or SDI'd out, but the point is Tilde didn't get the punish, didn't get the follow-up. Gets right up into the up smash. He was just buffering that neutral get up. He was not looking at what was happening in front of him.
Well, the second time now that Chris caught Tilde lacking. I'm very surprised given that's how we just watched game 3 end.
Okay, just so many combos here. Chris just getting really punished on all of these different ledge options. He wants that PK flash so bad. He's not going to find it.
Lasers to force the low recoveries, I think, is also just fantastic from Tilde. It's very textbook in regards to the matchup, but also Chris has not been having the best of times that below the ledge like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Chris just landing so safely again and again, getting a little bit of heals up. That PK finally not enough to actually stop Tilde's ledge trap, but such an unfortunate magnet angle. Tilde able to make it back on. Chris tries to win the scramble, but doesn't do so successfully.
Oh, no. They're doing a bit of flailing, but finally side B catches, gives Tilde a perfect opportunity to take the stock lead. Pretty comfortably at that, too, with only 38% built up.
Tilde keeps doing like a bit of a mistake here, which he's trying to shield the PK fire and punish Chris with the double jump cancel PK fire. It's safe on shield. So you have to already get under Ness if you want to punish that as an option.
I'm feeling like Falco would have options in that situation, right? Like short hop and really anything, because at that point you're clearing the bolt before it comes at you. And then, of course, it's just Falco approaching you from the air, which Falco wants to be doing that anyways. You don't got to pay him to do that.
Oh, I think that was a double jump, or at least just the beginning of the ledge jump. Chris keeps coming back on so aggressively here until he's punishing him for it. Finally, the double jump cancel magnet comes out, setting up a bit of a juggle here. Oh, but Chris not able to get too many hits out.
There's just a bit of hesitation from Chris. I feel like yeah, no. That's the 3-1, and PKChris is out at 4th place. It's a little rough for the boy. It was a very messy set, but Tilde cleaned himself up where it mattered.
Yep. Ultimately, when it came down to like between the two of them, the biggest thing that allowed like Tilde to shine was how often he was catching PKChris's aggression at the ledge. He was saying, nope, we're going to settle down here. And it never really happened. We saw a lot of ledge jumps. We saw a lot of double jump cancels. Only at the end, we kind of saw it start to get a bit of payoff. But then also Tilde did the matchup check at off stage. When Ness is coming back onto the stage from super deep, nobody should really get him back on. Falco has a lot of tools in his kit to actually be able to punish him.
Yeah, in games 1 and 2, we saw a lot of how Tilde was able to just let Chris do things, but he looked like he was ready to actually punish it. By games 3 and 4, Chris wasn't allowed to get away with anything until they was just in the right position with the right options every time.
Yep.
Every time.
And I just feel like, honestly, like one of the biggest things as well, between the two of them, Tilde's like patience in his advantage state and knowing exactly when to go for resets is what makes him the player that he is. He hits you with an up tilt, he doesn't get the immediate follow-up, and he sees you like air dodging and drifting away, and he doesn't try to punish you landing immediately. He knows that you're going to land